Hey there. Tonight's session, we're going to be just kind of opening up energy flow. Things have been a lot for people right now, and so we're just looking to kind of release blockages, open flow, making sure things don't feel stagnant, that we're moving forward. We can kind of get stuck in it when the energy is really heavy. So working with that. I'm going to use some crystals and I'll show you those to start and then we'll begin. First we're going to start with this piece of desert rose, and I like it for just kind of giving us a little clarity, a little insight, calm some of our nerves before we start opening up energy flow. Things have been a bit rough, and just kind of starting with neutral ground. And this has a little bit of a rough exterior. And then I have some green kyanite. I like this, and it's a polished blade of it. And I like green kyanite for how it resonates with the heart chakra, brings things into alignment, and it also kind of, we're going to use it to open flow from the heart outwards. And then I have this tiny little sunstone point that I really, really love. And we're going to use this similarly on the solar plexus, making sure that things are flowing outwardly. It is very sunny and cheery and uplifting and just promoting movement. And then lastly, I have a little bit of road opening oil. It has pyrite and lemongrass and other herbs in there. And we're going to just anoint the face with that oil and kind of open up flow outwards. And I'm going to start a smoke cleanse. I have some Palo Santo to use. I like how it transforms kind of stagnant or unwanted energy into something a little bit more sacred, a little bit more wanted or desired. Coating you with some of that smoke and bringing it into our space, whatever it is, wanted or unwanted, and sort of sorting through, giving us a moment to reset our space, what intentions you're bringing here. How is your energy feeling as you start this session? What are you looking to feel? Where are you feeling blocked right now? And just letting yourself be a little bit intentional here at the beginning. And as we move through the session, I am going to be quieter because I want you to allow thoughts, sensations, imagery to come to mind as you start to unblock some emotions, some energy. So right now, as you're entering the session, being intentional, coming into a centered space. Checking in with yourself. And some stuff will be easier to leave behind. You know, you can quickly dismiss it from your mind and it doesn't come back up. And then some stuff will be a little bit harder to let go of. It'll keep creeping back in. And those things we want to maybe focus on a little bit more. And just the last little bit of smoke through your aura. Okay. And I'm going to use this to just kind of brush a little bit more. And just starting to open up completely. And in this session, there's going to be quite a bit of plucking because we're really looking to remove any blocks that are keeping us from moving forward, from making connections to things that have been bothering us and how we can fix or change the situation. So looking to open roads, open flows. Okay. And now I'm going to use that desert rose, almost like a cotton ball, and just kind of blotting and clearing away gently. And we want this process to feel gentle. And that's why we're kind of starting lightly with opening up flow by just sort of clearing that top layer. And then very gently pulling out the first bits of stagnation, blocks, a lot of times self-doubt. And as much as we're opening ourselves up to releasing, we're also opening ourselves up to healing that. Okay, very good. Just a little bit of light clearing before we start to go a little bit deeper. I have that green KYANITE blade. I use this quite a bit, honestly. And for this, I'm going to be going just a little bit deeper. And very gently releasing. And perhaps just paying attention to emotions that start to crop up. And if you're having trouble with releasing something, just bringing it to mind. And then using your exhale to release. Sometimes you can say out loud what you're releasing, what you're unblocking. And I'm just going to use my hands for a moment to do a bit more pulling. And hopefully loosening up a bit more. Very good. So now I have that little sunstone piece, and I'm going to use that similar to how we've been using the green kyanite. And for me, it feels like this one works on a physical level more. It feels a little bit more in my body. So perhaps paying attention to any sensations you're feeling. Maybe checking in on how your body might be a little bit different than the beginning of the session and what that's telling you about what might be blocked. And sunstone is very good for the solar plexus, which can sometimes be associated with our stomach or our digestive system, the gut. When we feel out of sorts and often feeling blocked, we can start eating differently. And not to bring shame to those eating patterns at all, ever, but to bring awareness and understanding how it can be a flag as to our emotional and energetic state. And absolutely releasing the idea of shame around eating and more as a way to connect with our physical body, to nourish it, and to understand it. Different times you'll need different types of food and fuel, but it's a good thing to pay attention to. What our relationship with food is at the moment, and how that makes our digestive and body feel. And sunstone can feel warming, which can feel comforting and easing up the body, loosening up things, so just warming up your energy a little bit. So that with sunstone, you can see the glittery bits in it there. And I'm going to use this road opening oil. Just getting a little bit on my fingertips. I'm going to use this first on the forehead and just allowing that to sort of start to spread that oil out. And we're trying to almost peel back the layers that are over the third eye. And awakening that part of ourself that trusts we can be our own biggest blocks by not believing our sight and what we're already seeing clearly with our own eyes. We don't always believe ourselves. Going along the eyebrow bone. And not pulling harshly, but just gently opening up our senses, sort of peeling back into the temples a little bit. And this oil smells very much like lemon. It's got that lemongrass in it. I think a bit of rosemary, but not much. It smells sweet and refreshing. The little tops of the cheekbones. And really opening up all our perceptions so we're seeing clearly. Part of opening ways or road opening, energy, movement is about clarity. We let doubt hold us from making decisions. And fear. So just pulling those off our perceptions. Okay. And along the jawbone. Now down the nose just a little bit. Opening up our sinuses, opening up the way we breathe in the world, the way that we receive new energy. And I'm going to just spread this onto all of my fingertips. What's left. And I'm going to just fluff it through your aura. We opened up our perception and how we're interfacing. And just lightly opening up the outer aura so that we can be clear and refreshed. Okay, that feels a lot better. I'm hoping that this helped you in some way to relax, to feel more open, to release stagnation in your life, and open up some paths to healing. If you enjoyed this session, leave a comment, so of course subscribe. Subscribe. I'd love to hear how this helped or not. And yeah, here's all the ways to support my channel. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you in the next one.